All right, now that we got our course completion turned on and our due date set, we're ready to make our new pacing guide for students. All right, so essentially we have our current week's pacing guide, and then our course developers have already started a second week that's hidden from students. Your goal as the course instructor is going to either be to actually link or just make sure that the links work. So this video is just going to show you how to go through and update and make sure that your weekly lesson goals and your attendance check-ins are linked and that everything's updated so that way you're ready to go for your students. All right, so typically what I do is I'm going to click the gearbox and then I'm going to right click on the edit button to choose to open the edit in a new tab. All right, and I'll explain as we're going through this why I do this. All right, so I have this extra page where I have my editing screen on, all right, and then I'm still in my course page on this side. All right, so basically what I may choose to do is I'm editing for week 2, and what I want to do is I want to make sure that this lesson 1.1 is actually going to the right place. All right, so I'm purposely leaving another tab open so that way what I can do is I can go into my course content, I can go into Unit 1, and then I can go into Lesson 1. I'm just going to click on it. All right, I know that this web address right now has me within Lesson 1. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go up here to the URL bar, and I'm just going to copy it. And then I'm going to go up here to goal number 1 is to complete Lesson 1. And then I'm going to just update and make sure that this is the link that goes with it. All right. Then I would do the same thing for all my lessons 1, 2, and 3. And then in this case, I left a little note for students to where they should leave off within that lesson then. All right. If I go down to my weekly attendance check-ins, it's going to work the same way. So like, for example, if I know that this is my first attendance check-in, I'm just going to click on it, or I'm going to just right click on it. In this case, I'm going to do copy link address, and then I'm just going to go up here, 1.1 attendance check-in. I'm going to say that I want to put a link in, and then I'm going to put the link that goes directly to that assessment, and then I'm going to click update. All right, so I'm going to go through and make sure all of these are good to go, and then I'm going to just come down and hit save. I can close this tab that I'm in. I can refresh my page here. And then what's nice is if I go back to the main course page, if I go down to this agenda that's hidden, I can click on my lessons. So for example, lesson 1.1 should take me into this lesson 1.1 folder. I can see all my lesson items. If I go back, I could double check my attendance check-ins if I want to. I click on it. It takes me into the assessment. All right, I get a little bit different screen since I'm the teacher. And then ultimately, if I'm good to go with this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to publish my current pacing guide. All right. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to the week 1 pacing guide. I'm going to hit the gearbox, and then I'm going to click move. All right. And then I'm going to choose to put this in the weekly pacing archive. You're going to notice that folders are showing up here alphabetically. And then I'm going to go in, say this is just marking period 1. I'm going to put it in the marking period 1 subfolder. It's going to pick up that week 1 pacing guide, move it. Now week 2 is live and ready for kids, and they're ready to go. One thing you can also do with the pacing guides and making sure that's good to go is if you go into for example, if I go into marking period 1 right now, this is showing up as an inline page. So since it's not really the one that the kids need anymore, I'm going to change this so that way it doesn't just show up on this page. It's not a big deal now because it's the only one, but what you'll find is like as you go through the marking period, you'll just have this long list where these things are taking up most of the screen. So it'll be kind of a pain for your kids to scroll through what they need. So to change this, all I'm going to do is click on the gearbox. I'm going to hit edit, and then I'm going to just hit this button so it changes the display on a new page. And then what it looks like in your folder is it's just a button, and then if the kids need to go back and look for week 1, they can click on it to see it. It's not just there. And then it'll just make it a smaller list for the kids if they're going back to trying to find something. All right. So ultimately, this walked you through how to activate your pacing guide and then just go through the process of linking to make sure everything is good to go.